Hello, I am recording a video.
What?
I am recording a video, just so you know. All right. How do I do an intro? Oh my goodness. Is it one, two, three, four? Bada bing, bada boom. Welcome back to Chillwave and the Jetwaves. I'm your host Benjamin Burkout, and I'm joined today by TMoney.
Yo, what's good, y'all?
This is Chillwave and the Jetwaves, where we have low-key conversations with cool people. Today we've got Mr. T Money. Wow. do you wanna
Wow.
do you wanna like give a brief introduction to the people in case they don't know you?
Sure. Hello, my name is Mr. T Money. Um, I know this fellow for a very long time, and yeah, glad to be alive still.
Yeah. I'm also glad you're alive still, to be quite
Yes.
frank.
Yep.
Well, wonderful. Today I was thinking maybe we talk some music that people should go and listen to. As
Mm.
in like some of our favorite music to listen to.
Yeah,
Um,
totally.
Because I know we have a lot of. Actually, to start it off, I have a cashier now, so I don't actually really have to do anything in the game. I just have to keep the shelves stocked every now and then. I'm going to look at
Very nice.
our Spotify blend.
That is a perfect. That's a perfect thing to do.
T Money
Yeah.
and Ben. First song is Gloria by SZA, or Gloria by Kendrick featuring SZA.
Yes. That's a very good song. Um it's a playoff of what's that song by Common? Um
Yeah, it was.
uh
I'm not super
so
familiar with a lot of the things, but or a lot of the samples and references, but GNX is kind of all references to, or not all, obviously, but lots
yeah.
of references to older music, older hip hop, older R&B.
Yeah. Yeah, so Gloria for instance, the whole song is it's almost like a love song, you know.
Yes.
And uh and by the end of the song though you realize he's talking about, you know, his pen and his pen being like, where he goes to write music and stuff. And it's very similar to okay, I found the song. It's very similar to this song from Common that was I used to love her, or Her. And it's cool because like when you listen to the song, it's like you're imagining him like talking about like one of his like girlfriends or like past relationships, something like that. Um and at the end of it, Common says, "Cause I'm gonna take her back, hoping that this stops. Cause who I'm talking about, y'all, is hip hop." And so when you read back, you take a look back at the song, you realize everything that he's referencing right now is actually about the genre of hip hop, and it's so cool that like you know, it's one of those like things that you. It's almost like watching a movie and at the very end you see like there's a twist, and then when you go back to the beginning of the movie and rewatch it you're like, oh, you can see all the foreshadowing of like when that twist like happened and stuff like that. So it's cool
It's
when you get the same experience in a song.
it's just like a Jordan Peele movie. Um
Yep.
uh I was also thinking topically it's really similar to the song Love by Mos Def, cuz that's
mm.
effectively got the same message, although I don't think it's a twist at the end as much as he references it throughout the whole song.
Yep.
And I love Mos Def. He's, I
Yeah,
think, my
most
favorite
stuff
rapper.
most stuff is goated for sure.
Yes, it's
um
true.
uh
All right. Shall we keep trucking through the Spotify blend? I'm curious.
Yeah, let's keep going, bro.
All right, next song is Nissan Altima by Dochi. But it says it's just a me song, so I'm curious how much Dochi you've listened to.
So it's funny because you recommended me to listen to the album, which thank you, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And um, the only thing I had beforehand, at least in my playlist, I'm pretty sure I've listened to her beforehand. But the only song I really had in my playlist was let me check. Uh, it was a um, what's it called? Like a spoken word, which I remember where I found it was through like someone's Instagram story. I'm like, wow, that's really powerful actually. Um, and then she was also on Tyler the Creator's album.
Right, I think that
Um,
that's where she picked up a lot of traction too.
yeah, I think so too. So, but yeah, nah, I think she's dope. And I love female MCs. Like, um, I know it can be very hard. Like I personally have friends that the female MCs that, are trying to get their way in the rap game, and it's hard because hip
Yes.
hop is a very male dominated space, and especially, the topics are usually, you know, portraying women in a certain light. So whenever I see a female MC that really can, like, go toe to toe with the guys, it's really cool. And looking back, like, uh there's MC Light, there's Queen Latifah, there's Moni Love,
My personal
there's so
favorite
many.
is Left Eye.
Left Eye, oh, Left Eye is amazing. Yeah. Um Rhapsody. There's so many dope female MCs. And yeah, it's awesome to see another one for sure.
It's interesting. I kind of one of the things. Maybe we'll do a two-parter because I know you have a heart out. But maybe we record another episode of this at some point or something. Because one thing that I want to
Hmm.
talk about is that I don't think would be. We're also doing some interviews with each other, but
Hmm.
one thing that I don't think will really come up in the interviews is the differences between hip hop and other music in terms of how it's listened to, how it's created. It's so
Mm.
now that I've been producing on both ends of the spectrum because I was largely only making like my funk and pop and stuff before.
Hmm.
Um, but it's just such a different field when it comes to writing and everything. And I think it
Mm.
can be a lot more truthful. Um, I guess my whole point is like, uh, because of the way that it's interpreted and how personal it is, um, I think that I have a lot of male friends who will say that they don't listen to female rappers because um, they just find it harder to connect to, like, they really connect to the lyricism of rap, and so they find it hard to
Hmm.
connect to um, female rappers just because the experiences are different.
Yeah.
But
That
also,
that's a
oh,
yeah.
sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say that's a very fair assessment, but you can continue. Hip hop can be a very, like, it's such a unique experience in terms of, the genre is very, very vast. But primarily where it began was the experiences of, black people in living in the Bronx during the late 70s,
Mm-hmm.
during all these highway construction, um, people like losing their homes, being living in the slums, things like that. And um, it was very much like it was almost like an escape, you know. That's where you had the kind of like party rap, with the hip hop, hippity the hip 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 hop, you don't stop. And then you had the underground stuff, which was more, you know, them living their experiences and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then as it progresses, it hits the West Coast and you get gangster rap where, you know, gangster rap is portraying all this violence and crime and stuff like that. And, you know, television reporters, they would be like, "Oh, this is such bad influence. They're promoting this lifestyle and stuff." And, you know, there's like interviews, particularly with NWA and some other artists, but they're like, "We're not here to promote that type of lifestyle. We're just telling you our perspective, giving you the eyes in." So it's like, if you aren't from the city of Compton or from these other cities that are experiencing, um, you know, the lifestyle like that, yeah, you're only seeing it from one perspective, you know? So to that point though, when you have a female
Oh,
MC
sorry, sorry.
in general, you're like a female MC is going to see the world completely different from a male MC. So, um, it's really up to the listener if they are, you know, they're going to be seeing it from their perspective into another person's perspective. And depending on the song, it can be more relatable across, both males and females. But then sometimes it can be a bit more like, okay, you're really only going to understand this song if you're a woman that's like, given birth or had to deal with things that women go through. So it's interesting,
Yeah, even just life in general and how different it is.
Exactly, exactly.
Miss
So
Lauryn Hill is another excellent example.
Miss Lauren, yeah,
She's later on
goaded,
Blend.
goaded, goaded.
There's been one man
Um,
walking back and forth looking for things for about 2 in-game days now. He's here after the shop closes and before it opens, and he's just walking between all the displays, putting his hand over his head and kind of looking for something. It's just like
yeah,
real life. Just like a real life supermarket.
of
Uh,
course, of course.
we got Childish Gambino as our next one that both of us have on there. Bonfire
Mm-hmm.
specifically. I feel like
Bonfire.
we could do 3 episodes about Childish Gambino pretty much.
Yeah, and it's funny because um, around the time when me and you started hanging out a lot, coincidentally, is when I started to really listen to Gambino a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because yeah, it was my junior year of high school. You know how we had like the iPads for school?
Yes.
That was the first time I ever had an iPad. Because
Yes.
I never had one before. And so I used Spotify because before that I used I think I used Spotify like on my computer, but I could actually use it in school. So I used to like that was my first time I really like took the time to like listen to like artists like during study hall and stuff like that. But I remember
Right.
I like specifically his camp album, listening to that, and I just I just absolutely love that album. Um so many good songs on that. Um and
I
yeah,
remember I remember you showing me This Is America for the first time and me being very put off by it. I was like, I don't know, I don't get it. Like, I'm just not sure. Like, not even that deep into it, but just like, it's okay, but I'm not sure. And then it's one of those memes where it's like one day of listening to Childish Gambino, 1 week of
yeah.
listening to Childish, and I remember by the end of the month I was just like going back through his whole discography, like I need to listen to more.
Yeah. Yeah. And uh it's funny too cuz that music video just like freaking blew up, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. And
I think part of it too
I
is that I only knew the song and I had never seen the music video until actually pretty recently.
Yeah, yeah. So and it's funny with that too is that allegedly, like, and this is stuff I only heard like within the last couple months, or technically since like the Kendrick and Drake beef, but apparently This America was originally a Drake diss.
No
Um,
way.
yeah. Uh, but I think it evolved later on. Yeah, he when he said Childish Gambino claims This America was originally a Drake diss. It was created as a joke before he decided, wait, this kind of goes hard. So yeah, the entire thing was just like a joke, and then after he kind of like played with it, and especially with the music video, you see the the imagery of the Jim Crow laws, of school shooting, and just so many other things that you know low key reflect America. So
Right.
it's yeah. And I like Childish Gambino was like he was a well-known like artist, but I think once he did This America, like that's when he like really like shot up into like,
Yeah,
you know,
Redbone too. I don't remember which came first,
Red
but
Book.
Redbone being
Yeah,
in
Red Book
Get Out was huge.
definitely. Yeah. Yeah, and I also remember Redbone with like I remember people thought like, because very common at the time, people were like, using auto tune or like distorting their voices to make it sound a certain way. And I remember when he did Redbone like live, and you're like, oh wait, he actually can sing like that, So, um, and Gambino himself, like yes, he started as a rapper, but he's transcended just more than that. Like he's just an artist through and through. And I could say the same thing with Tyler the Creator as well.
I must say, this is turning into our big music episode. I don't remember how early on we decided that it was going to be. Uh, but um, usually there's music playing in the background of the supermarket, and I was so into the conversation that I totally forgot to put it on this time. Uh, so now we've got some music rocking. Maybe I'll put some in the background for the start of the video, or maybe I'll just leave it au naturel. I don't know.
Hmm. Yeah. What else is on the list? Let's see.
Hit 'em up.
Hit 'em up by Tupac. Yep. Speaking of disses,
Yeah,
the Tupac Biggie beef. That was a big time in
potentially
hip hop.
potentially the biggest beef, right?
It really was, because that was like you had the entire country split between East and West Coast, and it was like Biggie and Pac were like at the top of it, but you also had like people like Mobb Deep and you know Jay-Z, Nas, like there were a lot of like other people that Tupac was also going after as well. Like in that song specifically, like he went in on Mobb Deep on that song as well. Unfortunately making fun of someone who had sickle cell, which
Mm-hmm.
yeah, he was brutal in that song. And I remember making the mistake as a youthful high schooler, and we were in the car of one of my friends, like my friend's mom's car, and she asked like, "What music do you guys want?" And like we went in order, and when it came to me, I said, "Oh, like put on Hit 'Em Up by Tupac," and that was the first time I realized how many swears are in that song, to where like he just goes, because a lot of times I just hear it, you know in my headphones, and just like kind of vibe. But when I had like my friend and their mom staring at me with every time he was dropping the F bomb, I was like, damn, I'm sorry. Cause
Yeah.
cause like literally this song goes on for a while, but like literally at the very end, it's just him like he's not even rapping at that point. He's just going off. He just keeps talking for the last like, you know, 2 minutes. Yeah. But I still love the song. I still love Biggie. Biggie's a very, very talented man, and uh unfortunately taken too soon.
Hmm.
But in terms of diss tracks, Hit 'Em Up is one of the greatest, probably alongside Nas's um Ether. Both of those songs are very, very iconic diss tracks.
What was the Nos one about? Or who, rather?
Ether. So that was Nas versus Jay-Z,
Mm.
and with him, oh man, like so Nas, well, beforehand, Jay-Z did a song called Takeover, and I remember, and like, it's a it's an okay song, like it's but like in terms of a diss track, it does nothing because Nas like literally takes his lyrics and flips them like like the same exact flow, and it's just he just goes in. It's crazy. It's crazy. Let me see if I find it. Uh, no, I have to listen to it to do it, but I highly recommend anyone who's listening to just listen to Nas's Ether, and then like pull up the genius of all the lyrics, and like just you will see just how much he packed in within that song.
I will have to listen to it. I'm basically, I think, just familiar with the Nos songs that you've directly sent me. I was never a, not that I was never a big fan. I just was not ultra familiar.
Yeah. Nas is like um people, number one, his song, or his album, um I think it's Illmatic. Is that his first one? Yeah, Illmatic is like labeled as almost number one album of hip hop, like arguably, but it's usually Illmatic is like up there. And Nas is like, fortunately, he's been around for a very long time, and he still has been producing music throughout, like, um I mean, when did he start? When did Illmatic come out? Came out in 94. So he's been making music to this day. So that's 3 decades. And he has a very, very long catalog. Um and every song's perfect, but he's pretty consistent with his quality, I'd say. Um
Okay. I'll definitely check more of his stuff out. I mean, I've liked everything that you've shown me, so.
mhm. But yeah, One Mic is
Mhm.
definitely one of my top songs of Nas, and I know several other artists that song specifically sticks out as like a lot of people's like inspiration.
Mhm. Man at the Garden.
Man at the Garden. I'm not literally, if you listen to those two back to back, you'll be like, "Oop, I see what you did there, Kendrick. I see what you did there." So, yeah.
All right. I know you have a hard out kind of soon here.
hmm
Shall we end the episode?
Sure. But to end the last
Mhm.
one, the
Mhm.
last song is I got 5 on it.
Ooh.
It's a very, very goated track, and Jordan Peele used that song perfectly for
Immaculate.
immaculately. Like, I remember when I saw that trailer and I was like, boom, boom, yeah, 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 yeah. And I'm like, wait, hold up a second. What? And then, a lot of movie trailers that they'll have music, just for the trailers and stuff. Nah, this man made sure that track showed up in the movie. So he's goated for that.
He is. And goated for many reasons, frankly.
Of course, of course.
Ah,
But
I have immensely enjoyed talking to you. I'd love to have you on again at some point if you're ever in the mood.
of course, of course. It's my pleasure. And thank you to everyone listening, and thank you to all the people in the supermarket, even though I can't see them.
Yes, thank you for buying our products. Uh,
Yeah.
what anything that you would like to? Where can the people find you? Anything that you'd like to plug or anything?
Yeah, sure. So you can find me on YouTube and on Instagram at TMoney Sartwell. That's TMoney SartWell, all one word. And in the future, you can also find me on Spotify soon. I'll be dropping a single very, very soon, and I got a little bit of help from yours truly in terms of just making the song. So big thanks to him. But yeah, Degree of Freedom coming out on all platforms very, very soon. And yeah, we really enjoyed the time that we had to just talk music, and hope to see you guys again sometime soon.
Yay! Yeah. Thank you, buddy.
Of course.